Hi guys, it's Rel Klein. I'm back with another making up movie idea on the spot. So basically what I do is I pick randomly one genre, one place, and 3 other items, and I have to come up with a movie idea on the spot, and I try to get as detailed as I can. So there's not much else to say. I hope you check out my other videos, and if you have other items you want me to add to my hundreds of items, other things, you can comment them below. And please share this with your friends. Okay, let's pick a genre. Drama. So this is my first time getting drama, but that's what happens when it's random. But drama you can do lots with. You can combine the other genres with drama. So now I'm doing a place. City. So this gives me a lot of freedom. I get to choose any city, or I don't even need to specify a city. It just takes place in a city. But sometimes location is not important, sometimes it is. So we shall see. Now my 3 other items. We got chicken. So it could be an actual chicken or just a food chicken, or someone's acting like a chicken. Lots of meanings, lots of meanings. We have cops. Fun, oh fun. And we have trees. Okay, lots to go with. Well, not really. I actually had to deal with some cops yesterday because when my dad's car was parked, this guy like drove into my dad's car and left a huge dent in his trunk, and supposedly also hit 2 other cars, and his brakes weren't working or something, so he had to like call the cops, and the cops came and they weren't wearing masks, gotta say that. So right now we're in a point of our lives, well, we're in a point of the world where it's kind of like, are cops really necessary? And I don't want to get like political in these ideas perhaps, because I know how I feel about certain things, but I don't know if it's right for me to share about how I feel about cops. I mean, I already said cops weren't wearing masks, so you can probably tell how I feel about cops. But there have been so many movies about cops, and if this was a comedy, it probably would be easier for me to think of an idea right now, but because it's drama, it's not. I think I'm gonna go in a way where it's a little bit political, but there's a lot of freedom with it. Perhaps what I was thinking is I'm gonna just pick New York City because I'm from New York, and I'm thinking of a kid. I always do this, where a kid's like bullied when he was young. So perhaps this kid was bullied when he was young because all the other kids were doing this one thing, and it's really not important for me now to figure out what the thing was, but he didn't want to do it, so they were calling him a chicken. So they're calling him a chicken. He's a chicken. Maybe he even gets the nickname chicken. So to prove that he's not a chicken, you know, he always had this new determination when he's growing up, and he's like, I'm gonna become a cop. I'm gonna be so powerful, like everything great. So he becomes a cop when he's older. But just like how everything's happening now in the world, kind of those things could be happening in this movie because it is a drama and it needs to deal with these real issues. that we have in society and with cops. And he's a cop, but I don't really know his position yet, but perhaps I've seen this before in movies and TV shows where they want to cut down a tree to put something, perhaps put a statue in Central Park. So they want to cut down this famous tree, and but there's obviously protesters and people are protesting the tree, and he's ordered to go down there and try to get these people removed. So he goes down to Central Park. That's why I say down, but it's probably up. Who cares? He goes to Central Park, and obviously, like, no one likes cops. None of them likes cops there. And they're shouting at him, and you know, the shouting reminds of him when he was a little kid and he was bullied and he was called a chicken, so it just makes him more mad, and he kind of gets a little bit crazy. But then the next day the people come back and it's the same thing, but finally one of the protesters, she comes up to him and she explains to him, you know, why they're protesting, very detailed about this tree and everything. And he's like, I understand, but it's my job. And she's like, why is it your job? And maybe, you know, they start talking outside of it, and she learns from him why he became a cop, because he was bullied when he was younger, and she's bringing up how now they're the bullies, and he's like never thought about it before. He just thought it was something to make him feel powerful. And she explains that he can do any job, he can do anything, and he's so powerful. I mean, look at her, she's powerful. She is stopping trees and human rights. She's doing human rights things, and she's powerful, and she's changing and saving the world. And so in the end, he kind of goes against the cops and what they're doing, and he even quits, and he kind of joins the protesters and is able to save the tree in the end, and decides to join the woman and all the other action pursuits she's doing about equality and what's right, and does other protest things in relation to cops, and in that way tries to change the world in that way. The end. That wasn't that specific. I kind of just went through it, but because I don't want some Blue Lives Matter people to come onto this post and start screaming at me, I'm not gonna go into specifics. But I do think perhaps this is really prevalent to the time, and obviously with the cops and the drama, I could have gone into a different direction, more into the Black Lives Matter and the equality and the, you know, killing Black people for no reason aspect of it. But because I had trees, I had to go more into this other direction. And also because I am not a Black person, I am not a person of color, I also feel like for movies that have drama and cops and that showcase the struggles that they go through and the impact of the movement on them, they should be the ones who make those movies, because it's their voice, and they should, you know what I'm saying? They should be the ones that shows those stories through their narrative, because even though I'm a supporter, even though I'm an ally, I will never experience what they experience, and I won't be able to tell the story the way that they should tell it, if you get what I'm saying. But because, yeah, I did have trees, I had to go in this other direction, and I am someone who's also big about climate change and preserving the earth, so it's kind of interesting to think about, you know, cops also not just killing unarmed black people, they also do other things such as make sure that trees get chopped down because it's their job or whatever. So story's still important and still could be a great idea for a film. Yeah, I didn't go into specifics, but the idea's there. Sometimes with films I will go, with these movie ideas, I'll go into more specifics than other ones. Just what happens. And yeah, the chicken idea gave me the idea why, because I always wonder, like, why are you a cop? Like, perhaps some people are cops because they were bullied when they were younger and they want that power. But the power is dangerous when you have a weapon and when you think you're above the law. Oh my god, I swear I'm gonna have Blue Lives Matter people yelling at me in this. Anyway, I mean, personally, that's my opinion. I know people have other opinions. I think their opinion is wrong, but it's hard to be like, you're wrong. Anyway, I think of my dramas, ideas I've come up with, that's the most sad, most intense one. It can become intense. It could have some comedical aspects to it too, but I feel like if someone was to write a screenplay for this, adding so much comedy might take away from what's the message and what's important of it. But I always love comic relief. I feel like even like the most serious dramas need comic relief, and they usually do. Comic relief is amazing, guys. So I don't know what else to say except that, I don't know, like this video, share it with your friends, and do what you want. I don't know. Put it on your story. Ooh, I don't know. Do whatever you want. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys, and bye.